beautiful people from God's own country. Namaskaram. During my stay with Kanthari here in Trivandrum, I often visited the Kovalam beach. On one such occasion, with my friends, we came across a group of children making a pyramid in sand. As I walked along, I reflected. Disability could indeed be compared to a pyramid. At the top of this pyramid, say the pyramid of disability, is impairment, occupying the least space perhaps. Impairment, which is loss of body function, sight in case of blindness. In the middle of the pyramid lies the inaccessible environment in which we live, and at the bottom of the pyramid, occupying the maximum space, sits the negative attitudes which we are so often confronted with. A little later, we saw the group of children once again. This time, they were patiently waiting for the waves to come and wash their pyramid away. I wish that the sea would come and wash away the pyramid of disability. A wave of social change is appearing on the horizon. White Cane Jharkhand, my proposed social venture, is an organization of and for the blind in one of the youngest and the least developed states of India called Jharkand. We are focused on limitless human potential and visualize blind people working on par with their sighted peers and living with pride as active, contributing members of society. My blind friends in Jharkand are witnessing lack of meaningful employment due to low expectations, both from society and from themselves. And the mission of White Cane Jharkhand is to ensure an era of great performance at workplace in particular. We will do this by promoting our 4 core values: responsibility, interdependence, solidarity, and excellence. Friends, our prime objective is to put in place for the blind in the state of Jharkand 7 centers of excellence. Centers of excellence for braille, orientation and mobility, access technology, communication skills, job-oriented vocational training, entrepreneurship development, and most importantly, a center for right attitude. Why can I do this? Or what is it that enables and inspires me to lead the mission of White Cane Jharkhand? I was 23 when I became blind in 1989. And after a series of appointments and disappointments with the doctors, actually I felt very relieved when the legendary Dr. S.S. Badrinath of Sankar Netralaya fame said to me, "Son, so much of damage has been done to your eyes already that I'm afraid we will not be able to set it right anymore." I will always remain grateful to him for having spoken that truth to me, because I could now plan for a life without sight. The first thing that came to my mind was, can I go back to Shillong and complete my master's in economics? Because I was just 1 semester away from it when I was struck with bilateral blindness. The whole world told me it's now impossible, forget about it. I lent a deaf ear to the world's views and returned to Shillong. And by asserting on my right to fail if nothing else, I was able to obtain a master's degree in economics with a good grade, within 10 months of becoming blind. Between the last semester and the results, I spent a little time with my parents who were in Nagaland at that point of time. Among other things, they offered to spend their entire retirement benefits on me so that they could build a house for me in which I could not just live, but also rent out a portion for a sustained source of income for the rest of my life. I was not prepared to retire at the age of 23. And I was also not very keen on taking so much help from the people whom I thought I would have supported in their old days. My quest for rehabilitation took me to Dehradun. I was empowered there with training in Braille and mobility. However, as a measure of expectation, they also taught me how to make candles, chalks, and undergo telephone operation. Once again, I talked to my heart, which guided me to go and do what I would have done if I had not become blind before giving it up. This brought me to Jamshedpur, the town in which I had spent childhood years, fascinated by the idea of working for Tatas, the people who built the town actually. I sent in an application to the then Joint Managing Director, and after a couple of interviews, I was chosen to work for Tata Steel as an officer. Since then, there has been no turning back, and I have particularly enjoyed working in areas like business excellence, improvement initiatives, and affirmative action in particular. I have also been volunteering my time during the last 25 years. I have given a lot of my time to several non-profits and NGOs, which actually in turn has helped me to understand the status of the blind people and the work being done for them, not only through the length and breadth of India, but also in a few European countries and some nations of Asia Pacific region. Friends, at the age of 26, when I was actually looking for a house for myself, people questioned my ability to climb the stairs. And I replied by trekking in the Himalayas 7 times. It ranged from 12,000 feet, which is at Deara, to about 18,100 feet above sea level. And those questions never actually returned back to me. At the age of 36, I was also able to obtain study leave and get a degree in management from XLRI, Jamshedpur. And at 50, I am a contented person. I have a house of my own and a happy family comprising of my proud parents and my loving wife and child. Society has also given me more than my due share of recognition. However, is that enough, or is there a higher purpose to live for? These questions attracted me to Kanthari, where more than individual success, what matters to us is the success of the participants and the beneficiaries thereafter. The moment we start thinking in terms of contributing to the society, our attitude undergoes a sea change. If we are able to work on our attitude, which actually lies beneath that pyramid of disability as its foundation, we can actually overcome any barrier. And it is our dominant mental attitude which gets reflected as society's attitude, what we call. Friends, successful people with disability time and again have proved that we don't need to wait for the society to become inclusive. We can participate, contribute, and the society will embrace us. As Sabriya, the spice of Kanthari, sitting amongst us, and blind herself, always says that we have a right to be different without being disabled. And it is this right that I want to ensure for my blind citizens of India in the state of Jharkand. After sharing my dream with you, my friends, I'll go back to Kanthari and start packing my bags for Jharkand. And as I get off the train at Tata Nagar railway station, familiar voices of city welcomes me. A tuk-tuk driver approaches me. Dimna, 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 sir, I know where you live, sir. Can I drop you there? I'm happy that somebody is recognizing me. I'm even amazed Because for the last 10 years, I have not lived in Dimna and perhaps not even used an auto. However, I am also sad because I know why he recognizes me. In a country of 15 million blind people, there are just a few of us, a handful, who are seen in public places moving ahead in life with their white canes. To me, this is lack of participation, let alone full participation as envisaged by the Persons with Disability Act 1995. This must change. Each time a train stops at a terminus, at least a dozen blind people should emerge from it, holding on to the white cane and the right attitude. That's my dream. Thank you.